Hello Bad Publicity fans, this is Mark from Ice Hedge Fund back again with a Decklist of the Week playthrough. This time we're looking at Haandy Sandburg, and the name alone has made me jizz in my pants. This one is from Code Marvelous. It is Has Boyride, of course, which seems to be a favourite of his, and it is all built around Sandburg. This is a new asset. If you have 10 credits, each piece of ice has +1 strength for every 5 credits in your credit pool. 0 to res, 4 to trash, and a very dangerous asset in its own right. You're combining that then with the next suite of ice, which only gets stronger over time, and their one weakness up to this point is that they're easy to parasite. With Sandburg, that just isn't the case anymore. You also have Architect, and if that fires, that is quite dangerous. Next Gold, which is just amazing, and then you're making things like Turing and Magnet stronger. The one piece of contention in this deck seems to be the choice of Eli, because sure, strength 8 Eli is great, but then again they can just click through it. So, that is open to debate, open to change. Code Marvelous is probably going to make some tweaks over time and see how it all pans out. You've got one Caprice as a defensive upgrade along with Ash. Breaker Bay, of course, for the use of Donna's Campaign and Eve to build up your monies. And no other real surprises. The agendas are exactly what you'd expect. Corporate sales team to build up that bank balance a little bit further. Accelerated beta test because it's one of the best agendas in the game. And global food to close it out and only give the runner 2 points if they happen to steal it. So I've got on my chain and my turtleneck sweater, so let's get into a game. So one thing I forgot to mention is that it is engineering the future, but as if it was going to be another HB ID. So we've got a little bit of money. We have Turing for our remote to start. And we have some next ice. It could be better, it could be worse. I'm willing to throw it back to try and get ourselves a campaign. It's actually quite okay as well. Less okay, but we can work with this, I think. So Chaos Theory. I think we just kind of hope they take a setup turn. We could draw hedge fund. So, no ice, lots of money. But as soon as we get our ice and Sandburg up and running, we are good to go. Ooh. Right, Chaos Theory, right off the bat, with the account siphon. Right then. So that will put this deck to the test because that is, of course, a weakness of it. You don't want to be siphoned into the ground. Eli, not the right piece of ice. Architect is possibly okay. Certainly better than Eli, which can be clicked through. And if we can get Architect to fire, you're in a good position. People might not expect it on HQ as well, so we'll see what we can do here. We're really just waiting on campaigns to arrive, and we'll need to get 2 servers set up. One for scoring in, one for Sandburg, and something like a code gate on the Sandburg server could actually do okay. If they're relying on something like cybercipher, for example, it will cause them issues. So it makes more sense to quality time first. And now they can freelance code and contract to build up their bank, get rid of anything they don't need right off the bat, or put programs in the heap for access later. If they do get a few siphons going, we can try and stick Caprice onto HQ as well. So, just Corroder. No, Corroder and Cloak. And Binning Plascrete seems to be pretty safe against something like HB. So we have next Bronze, which is pretty decent. Breaker Bay, so we're getting there. Now we just need to draw into a campaign. And I'll feel much, much better about everything. Hopefully Chaos Theory won't be playing too many parasites. With Siphon, it definitely cuts down on the amount that you're likely to see. Magnum Opus hopefully we won't get vamped anytime soon. Sandburg. So I think we stick Jackson to server 1. We need to try and find some good stuff. We can put a bronze onto a new remote. And we can stick Sandburg in there as well. For safekeeping, if nothing else, I suppose. It's not going to do anything initially. Well, I can't do it just yet. So never mind. We can throw out an archive for the moment. It's not all that necessary. They are making money. So they've seen all 3 shore gambles, and they have magnum opus as well. A stealth rig. Okay. So a refractor now makes me feel like these two should be together. But we'll see what kind of thing they're relying on. Okay, we have Adonis. So we could shuffle back Hedge archived. I think we draw 2. Yeah, that's okay as well. So next gold. Let's put Sandburg into new server. I'm gonna have to shuffle away Jackson really. Or no, I'm happy enough just replacing. And we'll bin the grid, I suppose. So Sandburg not going to do a lot just yet. This isn't what we wanted to see. With Architect on HQ, and they have shown that they're willing to run HQ. I was kind of hoping they'd go for Code Gate or Barrier first, maybe Faceplant right here. But not to be. Okay, so they're going to take a look. But it's all pretty unexciting. Grid and archived. If needs be, we can archive back Jackson. So, free Adonis is the best type of Adonis. So I think we draw, try and ice some stuff up. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's put an architect on server 1. And let's put Caprice into server 1 as well. All for safekeeping. So, once you hit the 10 credit requirement, everything is +2 as is, which is pretty great. So this will be a strength 5 architect, which Dagger deals with pretty efficiently. But if we can get a few more credits, then we're looking pretty good. So, Plascrete comes down. Possibly just a misclick. Oh no. Okay, they're going to go for it. So are they going to go all in on siphons then? That is one way you could surprise people. Throw out Scorch out of HB. Because it's pretty much the least expected faction. Like everyone else seems to mess around with it. HB is perfectly happy to just, install ice, install their upgrades, do the usual Adonis Eve campaigns, and just work away like that. So, Eli, Architect. At least we're getting our money up a little bit. Binning a siphon. Interesting. Okay, Eli. Where is Eli? Good. Next silver could be pretty good. I would like to put that on HQ, I reckon. And Eli on R&D. That might do the job. So, our tower defense is starting to come together. The question is, do we go with Eve or do we try and go for the corporate sales once this Adonis runs out? They are flying through their stack, which means they'll be good to go for another run very soon. And they should have all their tools then as well. So, Gordian Blade, right. So don't stack Code Gates and Corroder. So yeah, our setup is pretty good, although next bronze won't cause Gordian too many issues. Mimic and Nerve Agent. So where do we want next gold? Scoring server is probably a good call. Turing, less good. Let's go with you there. Don't really want to throw out the Eve just yet. Maybe just take money. Will Turing be good? That is the question. I don't think it will be. I think if it had shown up earlier, we'd have been happy. But now it is less useful to us, I think. So we have Caprice, which is very useful on the scoring server. The levy comes down. Do we have enough money though? So we'll need to defend against Siphon. We need 7. That'll really help. The longer we leave it, the more setup time they have. So I think we try and jam it. And hopefully we don't get siphoned or vamped into the ground. Sandburg is going to be well charged here. Unfortunately not too many subroutines on the next silver, but at least it'll have a good bit of strength to it. Corroder. Okay, so we're going to get this out the door. That'll keep our bank balance ticking over a little bit. And I think, what do we get rid of? I'd like to keep silver, because it starts to get pretty annoying pretty quickly. Architect though is good. I think the gold, we have one down already. We don't want to give up too much money just yet. If we're at like 30-40 credits, then the next gold is great. Monolith. Oh boy. So, Guardian Blade comes down. And that's pretty much it. They have all their other programs, right? Are we going to see more cloaks? Nerve Agent. Okay, so gotta keep HQ free. But this is quite the commitment. So the rig is ready. Good to go. And they're going to get some money back ASAP. But will it be enough? I mean, one architect alone could really hurt them. Magnet, probably not all that useful. I think we just stick this into server 1, take some money, and that may force them to come for it. So, do we try and protect Sandburg a little bit more? I think we do. We want to make it as difficult as possible for them. So there's a good chance they think this is an agenda. They might think this is a Jackson as well, because we were overly willing to trash the last one. So do they come here? If they do, they're in for pretty bad time. We'll be able to get one trash, which isn't that exciting. But it could be punishing. Take out the dagger, or take out the cloak, either is a good hit. So, trash 2 to gain 4. Second cloak. That will help. Okay, so if this is an agenda, they're willing to give it up, but it is not. So, what else do we need to protect? We could go triple Eli, which could be quite amusing, because they won't have enough clicks to get through everything. But I think we go R&D. And just money up a little bit. HQ is pretty free. Eli's are good, but they can be clicked through. And if you have 3 of them in a row, it might be a bit excessive. So, they are coming for this. So let's raise Sandburg. Let's raise Silver. It's going to be strength 6, which is pretty nice. So, just one Serpentine, unfortunately, but it will cost them 6 to get through this alone. Yeah, that's it's not fun for them. And after all that, you need to still have 4 credits. So, coming for archives, that is fine. And we can just keep banking up. So, they might go for a charge on this again. But if they do, that's not so bad, because again, we have another Sandburg. What we don't have, however, are agendas, which is okay when Eve is ticking away. But we don't want to leave it too long. Freelance again. They're getting good use out of this. Or plenty of use out of it, at least. It hasn't always gained them a lot of money. As is the case here. So, you know, they used quality time, and they just about make their, or they don't even make their money back on it. So I don't know. Do they have another levy is the question. and they seem to be packing in the siphon. Okay, so beta test. Do we... We can gain 3 and trash 1. Magnet is probably the least useful at the moment. So yeah, let's get ourselves some more money. Eve is unfortunately sitting in the way. Okay, and they're starting to show their hand a little. But Architect is definitely going to fire if they try and run anytime soon. So another Adonis. Yeah, I'm willing to make a new remote. We can put down a neck silver just to give it a bit more beef. Or to beef up all our other neck silvers and bronze and so on. And they might think that this is something interesting because now it has a new remote to itself. So, strength 9, but 2 subroutines. So they come through and they see Adonis. That's going to be kind of heartbreaking. But they are going to trash it, which makes sense. So, another next bronze. R&D is going to be pretty stacked very, very soon. I think we still have enough time. As soon as we start getting agendas, we can start windmilling them out pretty swiftly. And we're likely to start drawing them very soon. Architect's going to be crazy strength. Eli as well, but obviously clickable. Second one won't be though, so. Best to stack them if you are going to use Eli's, I think. Kind of doing the old RP principle on it, where you only have so many clicks. But apparently they have all the levies in the world. Okay, I am happy to push here. Let's install. We can advance twice, because then we can score it, install events, and be good to go. So perfect timing window here. I don't think they can get at it, not without things being pretty punishing. They can of course prevent damage if they want, to kind of control it themselves. But now we're looking at like trash 3 programs, and it's going to be strength. Math is not my strong point. It's going to be very, very beefy. I assume they want to run this server. Okay, they're running this server, so strength 12. That is brutal. So they can make this strength 10. And that is it. So we can trash anything we want, really. So, obvious targets are Dagger, Gordian, Opus. So, no, we're waiting. Not preventing any damage. Perfect. So let's trash the Gordian because we have thing at the bottom. Let's trash Dagger for other obvious reasons. And trash Magnum Opus. And understandably, they're out. So, score this. We will not fire it. We can get ourselves to 6. That's something at least. And again, corporate sales team will help us build up our bank account. So it's nice when scoring an agenda can refeed you, refuel you. So, score this out. We'll get rid of... Let's get rid of Eli. Because now Magnet is going to be pretty strong again. Next bronze is just getting stronger and stronger. And now we're just waiting on an agenda. And there it is. I don't see a way for them to get in here. 12 credits. They need to somehow be able to install 2 programs at least. And next gold is just brutal. They could try their luck on R&D. I can certainly click through Eli. Maybe try and pay through one. Architect, who knows. But yeah, Sandburg was pretty good. Definitely the right decision to throw down next silver. And even the Adonis over here because it got an extra couple of reses, which makes next gold all the better. They are drawing looking for answers, but yeah, the next gold, just brutal. So, Hail Mary run, but bronze alone will stop them. Okay. So, 3 damage. We can trash the rest of the rig. We can fire Architect to put Ash in, but the bronze is going to seal the deal. Unless they have any sort of shaper shenanigans, but I don't think they do. So let's trash Opus, Corroder, and Cloak. An Architect Fire here seems excessive, but at least it shows off the capabilities of this deck. That is quite the suite of ice. So, let's fire this up. Strength 10 Architect. Again, not going to stop the run, but we can get ourselves an Ash. And you can see what the other 5 cards are. Likely to be quite a few agendas. So, top 5 cards. Oh, sweet, Ash. Install from archives, or let's put Jackson into a new remote. And let's Res Caprice, Res Bronze. Strength 10 Bronze. So yeah, I think they saw that this whole remote was porous, but next bronze at the bottom. And that's a stopper. And this is the perfect showcase of what this deck is all about. It is pretty brutal, it seems, when it gets up and running. You do have to survive the early game. You do have to worry about parasites, things like that. But I mean, you get your money up, you get your next ice going, and yeah, that is looking pretty bad for them for a little while, unfortunately. Look at that. That's pretty tasty. Well, I hope you all enjoyed. Definitely recommend giving this deck a whirl. See what you think of the Eli's as well. And yeah, thank you for watching.